Maybe lie to Billy about this one. Emmerdale spoilers follow from Thursday's episode, January 9. Emmerdale has aired a surprise kiss for Dawn Fletcher and Joe Tate after Kim's overdose. In tonight's January 9 episode, Dawn suspected that Kim was involved in her dad's death, despite it being ruled as a heart attack. In an ill-fated attempt to make Kim tell the truth, Dawn spiked Kim's coffee with some ketamine, causing her to hallucinate and see Will. Thinking she was talking to him and not his daughter, Kim admitted she regretted not having helped him sooner during the heart attack, but swore she didn't do anything wrong. Kim insisted it was a tragedy, but one she could have stopped adding to Will that he'd broken her heart. As Dawn continued quizzing her, Kim passed out right as Joe returned home. When she started having a seizure, Dawn was forced to admit she's drugged her. They called an ambulance, with Joe lying to the paramedics and saying that Kim had taken some sleeping tablets. They don't need to know the details, he told Dawn, who couldn't understand why Joe would help her. At the hospital, Dawn and Joe grew close, with Joe explaining he had asked Kim not to tell Dawn she hadn't helped Will right away. Deeply regretting her decision, Dawn was relieved when a doctor informed them that Kim was stable and had asked to see them. Before they could go in, Kim lied to the police to protect Dawn and said she had taken the horse tranquilizer of her own accord. Kim and Dawn then cleared the air one more time. Kim said she hadn't done anything to bring on Will's heart attack and asked Dawn to try and move on together. At home farm, Dawn confessed what she'd just done to her husband Billy, who immediately asked her if she used any drugs. Dawn struggled with substance abuse in the past, but insisted she wouldn't do it now and was disappointed to see that Billy still wouldn't trust her. When Billy stormed out, Dawn was left to mull over her actions. Joe joined her and tried to comfort her, saying that he understood her pain more than she knew. "I just wanted someone to blame," Dawn admitted as she warmed up to Joe. In a twist, she leaned forward and kissed him. She then apologized, but Joe advised her not to tell Billy on this occasion. The dramatic tension in Emmerdale reaches new heights as unexpected events unfold in the aftermath of a distressing incident involving Kim Tate. The episode, which aired on January 9th, showcases a surprising kiss between Dawn Fletcher and Joe Tate, set against the backdrop of Kim's recent overdose. Dawn, grappling with grief and suspicion regarding her father Will's death, officially ruled a heart attack, firmly believes that Kim holds responsibility for the tragedy. Seeking to unravel the truth, she resorts to extreme measures, spiking Kim's coffee with ketamine. This reckless act leads to unforeseen consequences as Kim begins to hallucinate, calling out for Will and expressing her regret over her perceived inaction during his heart attack. She admits to the apparition of Will that she feels heartbroken over the loss but maintains she did nothing wrong. The tension escalates when Joe returns home just as Kim loses consciousness. His initial shock turns into panic as Kim experiences a seizure, and Dawn is forced to confront the reality of her actions by revealing the drugging. In the chaos, Joe decides to cover for Kim, misleading the paramedics about the circumstances surrounding her condition by suggesting she had taken sleeping pills. As they wait for updates at the hospital, the bond between Dawn and Joe deepens. Joe confesses that he had asked Kim to withhold the truth about her delay in assisting Will during his fatal episode, which adds layers to the complex emotions surfacing. Dawn, wrestling with guilt, feels relief when a doctor informs them that Kim is stable and asks a surprising turn. Kim, recognizing the weight of the situation, lies to the police, claiming she took the horse tranquilizer voluntarily to protect Dawn. This act of betrayal combines with a rare moment of reconciliation. Kim urges Dawn to let go of her anger and move forward together. Back at home farm, the air grows heavy with tension as Dawn confesses to her husband, Billy, what she has done. His immediate reaction is one of concern, questioning whether she has used drugs again, an area in which Dawn has struggled in the past. Hurt by his lack of trust, she vehemently defends her current state, insisting she has not fallen back into substance abuse. Billy's reaction grows more intense, leading him to storm off in frustration, leaving Dawn to face her choices alone. In this vulnerable moment, Joe arrives to offer solace, exhibiting empathy and understanding toward Dawn's pain. She confesses her desperation for someone to blame for her father's death, revealing the depth of her emotional turmoil. In a moment charged with tension and longing, Dawn unexpectedly leans in and kisses Joe. Though she quickly apologizes, Joe surprisingly advises her not to disclose this incident to Billy, further complicating the emotional landscape. As the episode concludes, viewers are left questioning the ramifications of Dawn's actions and the burgeoning relationship between her and Joe. What happens next remains uncertain, but it is clear that the repercussions of these choices will reverberate throughout the lives of all involved. Emmerdale continues to weave intricate narratives filled with betrayal, emotional conflict, and the complexities of human relationships, leaving audiences eagerly anticipating what the next installment will reveal. Themes explored: guilt and regret. The episode delves deeply into the themes of guilt and regret, particularly through Dawn's character as she navigates her feelings towards Kim and the aftermath of her father's death. Trust and betrayal. The strain on Dawn's marriage due to a lack of trust plays a crucial role, reflecting how betrayal can manifest in various forms, both in personal relationships and within the family dynamic. Complicated relationships. The budding connection between Dawn and Joe serves as a narrative focal point, illustrating how grief can distort relationships, leading individuals to seek solace in unexpected places. As the storyline unfolds, expect to see characters grappling with their decisions and the truths that come to light, driving forward the intricate tapestry of life in Emmerdale.